Hello and good morning. It is January 5th, 2026 at 7:42 in the morning where I live, and I want to be reintroducing myself into the charts after a prolonged break with variables out of my control in large quantity. One being the government shutdown that lasted 43 days. Every day essentially was a known risk factor heading into the trading day. I do not like that variable in loom in my head. And then once the government had reopened, I could not immediately participate once again. In summary, 93 days I was unable to draw an income from the one thing I am eyeballing. To draw an income for the rest of my life. A little reminder that there is stuff outside of the charts that may need your attention as well. To mind your tendencies too. I'm going to begin here with what I see. Following the taking of this high, price used it as structure for continuation. That line there, going to be using this body right here, grading it. Price engulfs it. This is on the weekly time frame as well on the NQ1, which is just the perpetual chart for the indice. It is better for long-term analysis as the delivery is consistent. Back here, this body engulfs it, makes a swing high there. Price comes back into the body for a discount at the lower quadrant. Inside day, another inside day, but price here sweeps down first. The clear stop taking all the action here during this week. Reprices it, it takes off. Fair value gap made. Now let's see if I have this fair value gap correctly done. 24162. That is inefficient. There, fair value gap made. Price does what it does. You get to here. Now, we have a futures contract shift right here, September 20th. The date passes, price did what it was going to do, and then surprise. But retraces back into the fair value gap, not getting to median threshold, which is a good sign. October 6th to the 13th. Quite a significant gap in time there. Opens here. Price rises to take old highs, takes liquidity, but leaves a very inefficient gap here. Takes liquidity. Strong sell-off day, strong sell-off. Back into the fair value gap prior, except here it stabs very deep, breaking the parameter of the fair value gap, which unnerves me a bit, as it might be an indicator for something in the future. I'm going to say right now that I do need more data. I need more trading data to happen before I can come to anything conclusive. But so far, price has been respecting this area of structure. Right here, too, been respecting. As you can see, price dancing around in this inefficient block. Breaks out, comes back in, cannot break out here. Comes back down, breaks it again, but does not violate this down close candle. It does get cluttered up very quickly. We can do the full range of it. Median threshold there. Now to the bodies. It would be the golden ratio right here. Up, it's upside down. Come on. And there it is. Breaks above. We have that respect on the candle body so far. But right now, I cannot call anything. Now let's go down to the daily. You can see obvious buy side right there. Buy side. Swing high. And there was a very recent live stream from the mentor in regards to something right here that I had no prior knowledge of. I saw this and it's a quick rebalancing, right? We had a one-sided delivery and then whoop, quick rebalancing. And then came back to close down here. And right now, as the market is in fact open and trading, a void was made, of which we are currently in right now. So, from what I see right now, that if the Nasdaq cannot clear this, then I don't think a bullish scenario is in its future. Then that would be forming a swing, which would then confirm my caution with that fair value gap that violated the parameter being a likely place to go. I would treat it as the market tipping its hand to me, but I still need more data. And well, why not? Let's go down to our trading frames. Gap up. all this holiday action. But I could be wrong about that fair value gap because it's just smooth here and jagged here. I would need some range. I need large, decisive range. Because we can also do this. That's the 6-2 right there. Look at that. Very nice. We shall see shortly, I think. Shortly, with what it does, with this void right here that it made. Yes, we shall see. In addition, what we can also do is look at the other indices as well. The perpetuals for ES and DAO as well. ES looks poised to take those highs. It looks poised to. Very nice. And now the Dow has already run it. That is a lot of tight trading right here for the Dow. And that's very nice. This looks good. Remember the gaps. So some congruence or convergence of elements across the charts that we're looking at now. We don't really need the active contract. It's just I need more data. That's it. I'm having trouble finding any other explanation other than I just need more data. I need to see it. My brain. And I think we'll be getting it soon. So all I'm going to be looking at now is just the previous candle on the weekly time frame for Nasdaq. That is the parameter I have. Go back to the regular candles. The wick right here that I initially viewed as a quick rebalancing, and the mentor mentioned something in terms of a gap that forms right here on a daily. And I do not want to do a terrible job botching up the definition, so therefore you go and watch him explain it, but it's very incredible. It's beautiful. Look at that delivery. But that is all for my reintroduction into the markets for starting this year. Other variables are also in play now as the Venezuelan leader has been captured. Therefore, that country's oil reserves, valued at 17 trillion, is now with our hand on its shoulder. In addition, Iran's population is starting becoming unrestful and dissatisfied with their regime. There is also another world event unfolding there. Look at that. That's like a table. All that by side. And we can look at the big daddy of crypto, which also had a structure break that I was eyeing right there. You don't get to see that. I was eyeballing structure here for Bitcoin to break, and it has. So we shall see what it wants to do, but the resistance point I have is up here for it at 100k for it to break once again. Yes, but that is my speculation on the charge for my reintroduction into them. And we shall see.